Rhod vlog. Rhod vlog. The Edinburgh Fringe Festival is the largest arts festival in the entire world and is the arena for comical comedy combat. Comedians from all over the planet compete for audience members, good reviews, and hope to make their career. What will happen this year? Who knows? I'm now in the virtually abandoned The Place Hotel, where I've just been competing in the Ed Factor, a Edinburgh-themed X Factor rip-off gong show. I managed to beat the gong, really pleased about that. But the one thing that was a bit disconcerting about it is that I had to use so much material, so many gags in just that 5-minute spot. I don't know, it's because I was talking faster because it's a competition and I got nervous. Maybe it was because there wasn't much time for me to ad-lib and I didn't want to take risks. But it's just, instead of encouraging me for tonight's gig, it's made me feel a bit worried because that 5 went by. It's not raining, by the way, they just have a lot of very pretentious fountains all the way around the outside. But it makes me worried for my show, Global Comedy, in about 45 minutes. Because I had to rattle through a lot of gags, just on that 5 ate a lot of gags. So having to do 20 minutes or so, maybe a bit less later, and it's going to seem like a long time. First guest spot at a show done, it was time to leg it to my venue for my show. When you apply to take a show to Edinburgh, it's always potluck. You never know what time slot you're going to get or what venue. This year, I was given midnight till 1:30 in the morning. Any thoughts of me sleeping have now been put to bed.
We're here. We've got cake. Joe is flying with my face.
Yeah!
Good. Where's Peter Merrykins when you need him?
He'll be here at some point.
What a lazy bastard. Leaving you all the work.
So we can start flying now, basically.
Our room was a karaoke booth, and we soon learnt the dangers of performing in enclosed spaces.
They're not really well enough thought through to be thoughts. What now? For God's sake, man! I swear to Deliveroo again, it works every time I order. That's the worst Deliveroo.
Sorry, whose drinks have I destroyed?
Right, what drinks do we need to get?
What drinks do we need to get?
Can I have Magners?
Sure thing.
Thank you very much. No, don't. I don't like Mag.
Check out this incredible save. What lightning fast reflexes. I've come to a little known part of Scotland to find a bouldering facility. My climbing addiction is raging. It's almost as bad as my comedy addiction. I had 2 gigs last night and a pint or 2, so I want to try work off that. So we've got to be very close. It's on the left. This has got to be it. It's an industrial estate, so that's promising. Here we are at Alien Block. It's really good actually, considering the size of the place. It's actually pretty decent. So they've crammed it into sort of 2 leased warehousing units. It's worth it for a quick visit to escape the hullabaloo of the Fringe and to try and work off the beer and various other things. I'd better get a move on. I've got to do words then, that bodes well for my gig tonight. Got 3 tonight, starting at 8 o'clock. I've got Lolbot Wars. It's basically comedy meets Robot Wars. We do a set, and then I think we hit each other with inflatable mallets and weapons. It's all rather childish to me. It's a bit Gotham City. I'm here.
Hello, Rodri.
Can I buy a lolbot, please? Your finest lolbot.
No.
Oh.
Are you videoing this?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's Lolbot Wars.
Okay, hello, welcome to Lolbot Wars. I am a Lolbot salesman. I sell Rodri in a bin.
Yeah.
Right. Hello, my dreams were erupting at once. I've always wanted to perform in an old aircraft hangar under a bridge, and a Robot Wars themed comedy night where only one audience member even has seen the bloody thing. I mean, Elliot's doing his best, he's Sergeant bashing himself off behind us. God knows what's going on. But yeah, it's nice to be here. Matilda, for the one bloke who actually watched the show, and Elliot, Matilda I found very, very, to slightly to very arousing. Especially Chainsaw, Table Leader, when she had that flywheel fitted Series 3, oh my god, that was a blissful viewing for me.
I've managed to get myself a spot on the famous Alternative Comedy Memorial Society gig at the even more famous Monkey Barrel Comedy Club. There was one problem: finding the room and the organiser.
Who runs this gig? I think I'm in it. Tom
I'd like to dedicate this set to my favourite entrepreneur, Benjamin Netanyahu. Founder of the Yahoo search engine.
I've just got back from, well, I'm going home now from playing Seagulls, playing the Alternative Comedy Memorial Night. I have gone via a nightclub because I felt like celebrating, because it was a really packed room, especially for a Monday night. And I don't know how they've done it, but they've managed to cultivate an audience. But despite the fact that the show runs from midnight until 3 in the morning, and somehow they were just lovely. Any other audience would be like a bloody bear pit at that time. It was really good fun. They liked all my new jokes, which it's a lovely confidence boost, that. But also it taught me that I'm still quite green and I'm not used to playing a room of that size, because everything is magnified. The little asides that don't quite land, you just feel them more. And I think there's a way, comics who've been doing the circuit a long time, who quite regularly play 500, 300 theatre venues and on the Saturday and Friday nights, there's a kind of a gravitas they have. There's this way of owning that space. I was like, I probably looked a bit like I didn't know what I was doing at points, but I'll have to watch it back. But oh my god, that's why I do stand up. That was so much fun. Oh my goodness, last night got to bed about 4 o'clock after Alternative Comedy Memorial Society, and it's one that usually when you watch a gig back, it's either on video, it's normally nowhere near as good or nowhere near as bad as however you thought it was, but I watched it back and my goodness, that's one of the best gigs I've had in ages. So good. I will be sending that out to promoters and along with a begging email for spots ASAP. Yeah, it was wonderful. Now I'm meeting an intriguing character called Nathan Gibbons, real name, and he is we're going to do his podcast. Right, we've just done a podcast, me and Nathan Gibbons.
Hi everybody.
And how's your show going? In fact, we're doing the show today together, aren't we?
It's going alright actually. It's actually grown into something my part at least, has grown into something I'm really proud of. So, and I've now figured out who I want to be as a comic.
Oh sweet, that was quick.
Yeah, no, and this is
I had no idea. Seriously, I have absolutely no idea.
What do you mean, like style-wise?
3 English comedy shows. Comedy show in English, and it's not even racist. We've got a non-racist English comedy show.
What a USP!
Yeah.
This is how you fly, baby.
This is how you fly, yeah.
I'll tell you a really good bit of tourism advice. If you are in London, do you know you can go watch the politicians in action for free? You can go to the House of Parliament, sit in the viewing gallery and watch them debate stuff. It's actually really interesting. And it's free, cheaper than the West End, and they're better actors.
Good morning. Well, it's afternoon. What is it? It's 1:30. I've been awake about half an hour. The late night shows are really taking its toll. It is ridiculous when, especially when we overran last night, so I didn't get to bed till 3:30. Highlights last night including Peter Merriment effectively mugged himself by sitting on our contactless card reader. I just heard this meep, and he went, oh shit. So yeah, he's contributed £5 more than Joe to the enterprise. And I've just been having fun doing a bit of admin and trying to work out how the hell... I'm meant to go back on Sunday, but there's a train strike, or there might not be. The news or the actual website for the strike, we're going on strike.com, doesn't seem to have any information. Maybe the person who is meant to update the union, the RMT union page about the strike, went on strike and now isn't going to update.
My climbing addiction flared up again, so me and my new climbing buddy Trevor fled to Ratho to climb in the biggest climbing centre I've ever seen.
This place. Absolutely mad. Huge. Yep. Yes! Oh my god. It's knackering. Your turn now. You want to do it twice.
Later that evening, I decided to gate crash an awards do and catch up with President Obonjo.
We've gate crashed the end of the Malcolm Hardy thing awards. Obonjo, what did you just win?
I won.
A wonderful prize.
I won a wonderful prize. If BBC Studios and E4 don't steal my act, I'm likely to win £1 million.
Put that in a safe quick before someone grabs it.
Yeah, before they grab it might be BBC Studios.
Oh, amazing.
Why I'm so excited, and let me use this opportunity to thank the comedy community. Never ever give up. It's really, really important. Always fight back. We are stronger when we have one voice and we support one another.
Indeed. Congratulations, mate. Mr. President.
We went to a place called Abattoir, which is run by the Underbelly thing, which is a big venue, and it's where you go to schmooze and network, and it's where the whole comedy industry comes together. We got stuck sitting with some people who work for a renewable energy company, and they were great with energy, obviously, because I had to lend them a phone charger. For sake, it's hardly the TV break I was hoping for, but I did. The bar was cheap, otherwise, or because I bought a round, which is something I never do because I'm tight. But 13 quid for half a Guinness, a pint of Prava, vodka and lemonade, and a rum and orange came to £13. I think they pressed the wrong button on the till personally, but I'm not going to complain. And my other showbiz highlight tonight, I was asked to hold the camera and take a photo of a group of people. And I saw one or two comedians who I've seen on the circuit before. So that's why you go to the Abattoir, because the whole industry, to be honest, any real comics are writing material or sleeping at this time of night, not getting pissed with fucking idiots. Anyway, but you got to experience one, and also you got to experience the sort of thing once. And how often do you get to be part of President Obonjo's entourage? Not very often. But it's nearly 4 o'clock in the morning and I need to get to bed. One more night of this bollocks, then I can go back to Reading and sleep. Ta-ra!
The following evening, it was back to City Cafe for our final show.
Tonight's show was a bit odd. We had it was chock-a-block Saturday night, chock-a-block full of drunks, and I thought at least the At least the bucket would be good. No, half the room buggered off. So what was it in the end?
It's because they spilled all the
29,
drinks.
29, yeah.
20, oh, that's not terrible.
It was a hot room, and you know, but
I thought the aircon would be on.
It is on, but
is
there's
it?
only so much you can do. Yeah, I ended up just like mucking about. There was a woman called Mrs. Cooper who kept having memories, so we did Mrs. Cooper's memories, which then were like a TV show, and then it turned into Mrs. Cooper's repressed trauma, and we had to stop. And then I had a go at there was that sulky bloke in the corner there, so I just had a go at him.
that corner.
Yeah.
He was like, asleep, wasn't he?
Wow. But afterwards he shook my hand and said, "Oh, really good that, mate." That's what's funny, that they all had a good time somehow. I don't know how. Is it?
And with that, it was time to leave. Me, Joe Baines and Peter Merriment had a fantastic time, be it an exhausting time. And no doubt we'll forget all the bad things about it and be back next year. This is Rhodders signing out for another edition of the Rhod Vlog.
Rhod Vlog.